Subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications for the latest updates. Tropical Storm Jangmi is quickly racing northward towards impacts in Japan and South Korea. It currently has winds of 45 miles an hour and minimum pressure of 992 millibars as of the latest ATC updates as of 10 a.m. Korean time this August 10th. The storm is currently located at 31.2 degrees north and 126.7 degrees east, a stage 1 on the CDPS scale. Minor damage overall possible from the system, but there are storm warnings in place in multiple locations, so keep an eye out on that. Storm conditions are expected as this system clears through the area within the next 24 hours. Distance of miles right now, 137 miles from Daeju. All these are going to be decreasing right now. Sasebo is 193 miles away. Busan in South Korea is 265 miles away. Seoul is 381 miles away. And Kyoto, the capital of Japan, the historical capital, 510 miles away at this time. There are multiple warnings in place right now. You can possibly take a look at these in a second. In essence, parts of the northwestern coastal areas of Kyushu have some warnings in place, along with most of southern Korea, or South Korea, including Jeju Island as well. So keep an eye out for the next few hours if you're in those locations as the storm makes its pass through. You can see it happening on this GFS computer model. Stormy conditions associated with the precipitation and cloud cover blow through the area within the next 24 hours so and rapidly move towards the north, potentially getting towards parts of Russia and maybe even Hokkaido as the storm dissipates and becomes post-tropical. Interestingly, you'll also see 07W impacting southern China as well, and 06W dissipating as it moves westward as well. There's a lot of activity that's kind of just blown up in the area over the past couple days that we're all keeping track of right now. Sea surface temperatures won't be an inhibitor for the storm. They're pretty warm around its vicinity. It's mostly the latitude with higher wind shear and drier air in part with land interactions really going to start to tear the system apart and has already begun to do so. Its center has become much more exposed in recent satellite image frames. Here's the latest forecast, the wind model from the GFS. You can see the storm blow through southern Korea with tropical storm force winds according to this GFS model, potentially impacting parts of Jeju, southeastern South Korea, and parts of Kyushu before the system continues to race north-northeastward and turns post-tropical. Again, you also see 07W potentially moving into China with tropical storm force winds as of this GFS model run, so keep an eye out for that one as well. Overall, those systems really going to be racing through the area over the next 24 hours or so at most, and conditions will clear up pretty quickly. If you want to make a comparison, look at the Atlantic Basin with how quickly Isaias moved to get a comparison. Chance tropical storm force winds are like this though. Jeju is about 50%. A lot of these are coin flips right now, depending on how quickly the storm weakens and has its wind field shrink down. At least on the western side, it's going to matter a lot for Korea. Sasebo is 55% in Japan right now. Busan's 50%, and Seoul and Kyoto right now are 0%. They're not going to get tropical storm force winds, at least from this. Here's the track models right now. You see the JTWC in red and the HWF computer model in purple. Pretty tight cluster with this right now. Overall, expecting the system to just miss Jeju, potentially make a landfall near Busan in South Korea, with tropical storm conditions mostly extending on the eastern and southern side of the system. So that's where you see parts of Kyushu potentially getting impacts. Here's the latest satellite imagery of the storm. You can see not a very impressive tropical cyclone. If you saw the pure color daylight over it, you'd see the center is actually significantly exposed at this point in time. Not an impressive looking tropical cyclone again, but tropical storm conditions are possible for parts of South Korea and Japan. So if you're there, make sure you're listening to your local officials for the latest information and stay safe. You can check out our outlets, force13.com, for the latest news articles that we write along with our live cyclone tracker. We're also here on YouTube. If you're not watching already, be sure to subscribe if you haven't. We're also on Facebook. It's Force13 to follow and like our page on that platform. And we're also on Twitter. It's @Force13 to see our latest graphics and updates on that page. You can also help the project become even better by becoming a patron or an ultimate fan on YouTube with the join button below. You can get access to a plethora of benefits, and all your contributions are invested directly back into the project to help us grow and become even better as we continue to provide information through these times. You can also join our Discord server with the link in the description below, or you can contact Fool13 at extension 9094 or 2020 on Discord to connect with us.